gonna get.
I just really need someone. I've been barely holding on.